are men destined to die faster?
I can't believe that God made men to die
Yeah, definitely.
before women. However, I would say that the factors surrounding men's survival could be one of the reasons why men die fast. But you see, I think the love is more, you know,
Preferential.
preferential.
Like
Yeah,
when there is work, for
yeah.
example.
What you said, the boy child stand up in face of danger, even when the females or the male child is there. I think it's a societal construct. There are men that their wives actually beat up, but because of society and shame, a man coming out to say his wife beat him, society is going, everyone's going to laugh. So most times they may just keep it to themselves and they're just dying inside. And most times women may not even physically just beat and hit. Women are really we're good with words. So
It's crazy. Today is a very special day, yeah, and we want to talk about something that is very, very crucial in our society. It's something that we've noticed quite a while now, right? And what is this stuff? It is why is it that men die faster than women? Like if you check many of the obituaries you see these days, it's the men. Like why is it that are men destined to die faster than women? It's one of the things that we want to discuss about and just throw more light on. So I don't know. You guys have anything to say? I think also you should have something to say about this.
Well, definitely, I have something to say about this.
Mhm.
Uh, at at first, I can't believe that God made men to die
Yeah, definitely not.
before women. However, I would say that the factors surrounding men's survival could be one of the reasons why men die faster.
What
You
are
know,
these factors?
choice of work, responsibilities, a lot of things. A man while growing up grows into a hard life. You see, as long as you're a boy child, as you are growing, you are experiencing a lot of challenges psychologically and emotional, even from your own family.
Okay,
Okay, let's go
you
back
mentioned
to
something
yeah.
about the nature of work. Like, tell me something. Like, what kind of work makes is affecting this?
Definitely, if you check the work men do for survival, you see that they will have more risky job than women.
Okay.
For instance, I was seeing a video. I saw a man climbing, I think, four-story building to fix AC in
Okay.
that four-story building, the last floor. I have not seen a woman who could do that. So what if that man falls from that ladder and if he falls, there is no two ways about it. He's going to die. In fact, the society is made in such a way that even if women are found in that kind of thing, they stop the woman from doing it. Because I feel the society love women more than men. Right from the childhood, you see, okay, let's trace it back to the home. You are growing. Naturally, you see the parents loving the girl child more than the boy child. Why? They will tell you, so the girl child don't misbehave. Let's send her school fees. Let's give her money. Let's support her everything she's doing. So she
Yeah,
doesn't go
I
to the
think
school
I've
to
noticed that
misbehave.
even in my house too. That
I
they
didn't,
pamper my sisters more than
you know.
they raised me with an iron hand.
So, and my question have always been, does it mean that this man cannot misbehave? But you see, I think the love is more,
It's preferential to
preferential.
the female
You know,
side.
before you know it, you see the boy child growing in a hard way, in such a way that even when he sees the junior sister or the elder sister, he may be in danger, he chooses to lay down his own life for the girl child to be saved. I don't know, naturally, men have this life of sacrifice. So as a result, they tend to danger their life so they can save the female folks. I don't know if you are getting what I'm
Yeah,
saying here.
I'm getting what you're saying.
Yeah,
But in terms of war, like
yeah,
when there is war, for example,
yeah,
it's mostly the men that is actually the soldiers. Yeah,
yeah.
check the military, the army. But most of all of this is just men.
Men,
You understand?
yeah.
And even in the Bible itself, it's mostly the men. The women are the ones that are outbuilders and so on. Now, and seeing the nature of the work, yeah, and the nature of the work requires that somebody has to die. Understand? You are. It's not like you're destined to die once you join the military, but it's a line of work that you can literally die at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, like you may not even be doing anything. Somebody can just ambush you from nowhere. You
Yeah,
can be a
that's true.
security military guy, and somebody from nowhere, even sniper will just take you out. You see some of these like military movies and all of that. So you see
Yeah,
somebody, one random soldier standing on this phone, the next thing, check,
that's true.
the guy has gone to meet God.
Yeah.
For the, it's funny, but it's just the thing. But the thing is that normally, based on how men are built and their structure and everything, they're natural protectors.
Mm.
Yeah, they're natural protectors. And if you want to like demobilize any society or destabilize any society or bring a society at a point where it's at your mercy, take out the men. You understand? Because they are going to be the first line of defense. Yet, I believe that is one of the reasons that God actually made the man the head. Do you understand?
Yes.
So because you and if you just take them out, right, you stand a high chance of succeeding in your operation. Yet take out the take all the children are at your mercy, all the women are at your mercy. You understand? Because of how they are being
Yeah.
how they were created and their nature or something.
Yeah. And I came to discover that the reason we respect men is not really because of their age, but because of the level of the sacrifice they are able to make. No matter how old a boy child is, he okay, if you have a junior sister or an elder sister, I don't really know. You find out that you, as the junior brother, will choose to go and fight her battles for her. So most times you see your elder sister respecting you, not because you are older than her, but because she's respecting the level of sacrifice you, as the boy child, is able to do for her. A thief comes to rob in the house. Who is sent to check, what is happening? It's the man, you know, any small thing. But meanwhile, the man is also afraid. But he chooses to put his fear at the back and walk in that fear so that he can deliver the family, you know. So, but in a situation where you find a man who is not able to live up to this standard, they call the man a weak man, that is not able to save his family. But everybody loves their life. I don't know if you're getting what is happening here. So, with this, how will men not be able to die faster?
You check when
Yeah.
God was like, husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. Like,
Sacrifice. Love.
exactly. You should be able to die
Yeah.
for your wife. But God really like say like wife should die for your husband or something like that. But so it's kind of even like points to the fact that someone said to even say I love you. Look, you're already saying that I'm willing to die for you.
Exactly.
Understand?
Yeah.
And why they don't suppose to talk that word anyhow? People just they talk that these days anyhow.
Yes, love is sacrifice, and well, for like God's will said, men or should I say boy, the boy child is expected to stand up in face of danger when the females or the girl child is there. I think it's a societal construct. Like we were born into these things. We grew up into these things. Like seeing men or seeing guys dangerous work. It's just society, and also like from a biological point of view, when a boy is growing up and a girl child is growing up, he just sees in the family, he sees the father, taking on the hard work and all that. And also as they begin to grow, as a boy child, you notice that you are stronger than your sister. So if the first of you, who is more likely to cry? The girl child. Who is more likely to like lift heavy because of that. Actually, the boy child realizes that I'm actually stronger and sort of steps into that role of protector, someone that should do the stronger, the harder work. So it's just something men born into.
And if you check, it's not only even in military stuff. There are some jobs that it's only men that can do this kind of jobs. Like you said, something like this. there are some heavy duty works. Understand that they are very risky, but it's mostly men that have to do those jobs because
Yeah,
a woman will not be able to do that kind
majority.
of work.
Is
Majority.
You see, I see a lot of men doing site work, except when I came to, there is a city I went to. I don't want to call the name of that city. That was the only place I came. I saw that ladies who even have belly can now do site work. You know,
Pregnant ladies.
I'm telling you the gospel truth. Heavy ladies, pregnant ladies,
Just heavy
they were
ladies.
they were doing they were doing site work, carrying block from downstairs to. I was wondering, I was shocked. I was like, are these not ladies? Maybe they are converted men. So, except when I went to that city, I've not really seen a situation whereby a woman is doing site work. I've not seen a woman who is a driver.
I've
You know,
seen.
when I mean driver, I don't mean from one street to another street. I mean from Lagos to Abia or a very long distance
Yeah,
driver.
I've not
I've
seen.
not really seen.
Men that trucks, but they are few, like maybe 1%.
Exactly.
And the chick, they won't be acting feminine in nature. They will be acting tough. They
And
should
if,
even like get strong hands and strong face.
yes, and even the society, I feel if a woman start doing driver work, the society will be more fair to the woman. I don't think policemen will be stopping the woman anyhow. They will even commend her. You see, but if the policeman sees that man, you see, there will be a very big problem. He must drop something. I don't know if you get the point. If the military man sees that woman who is doing that driving work, he will even support the woman. You see, the society just is just very terrible for the men.
She won't be popular. Sef.
She will be more popular. In fact, you see somebody videoing her, a hustling woman. But if the man is doing the same
Independent
work, they will
woman.
say, "Go, that's just what we see." So for the men to be, they are having the greater percentage in terms of this driving work. That means anytime accident is to happen on the road, this is not a cause. This is just something that is normal that happens. So it has to be the man that will die first. Yeah, there might be other people, but the driver is the first partaker of the accident. The driver is there. So that means a lot of things are working against men because they do many, many risky jobs. You see a man painting five-story building. Men during roofing work, there is no kind of work they don't do just for survival. Not as if they are not afraid, but they just want to be providers. They derive joy providing. Even when they are afraid, even when they are losing courage, they still go. And they love hiding their emotional issues. A lot of them are having emotional problems. A lot of them are depressed. A lot of men have broken homes.
You were saying something about yeah, people being depressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it's one of the things that is very, very common amongst like actual men side. Let me use a scenario of some people having a bad family. You understand? And not just even bad family, they are trying to bear so much responsibilities. Right? Now you see somebody trying to work hard and level so that he can be able to like provide for his family. He gets that. You see some people they are working to the point of wanting to collapse. You get the point of wanting to give up their life and oh god, just so that they can pay their school fees or pay for this or pay for that or do for this and some of them maybe even some people that maybe in quotes uh married like the wrong people will now be like also doing everything by themselves. Yes, they'll be doing everything by themselves without any help. And sometimes these guys actually like start being depressed. Yeah, and from the point of being depressed and all of that, you just see someone committing suicide or someone dying of high blood pressure because of overthinking on how do I do this, how do I solve this problem, how do I make this thing happen, how do I get this thing sorted out. Somebody just all of a sudden walking on his own collapse, dies because of so much burden, so much, carrying so much. Understand? So, do you guys believe that? I believe I should be pointing to Amanda at this point. Do you believe that, most especially, men marrying the wrong people or marrying the wrong person causes them to die before their time?
Mental health is depression is something that both genders deal with. As for bad marriages, both women die due to bad marriages, men too. And yes, yes. The answer to your question is yes. Someone can get depressed and even die due to bad marriages, and it can be to neglect. People fall sick. People can fall sick during marriage. Lots of couples in the hospitals. Maybe someone is dealing with kidney failure or the other partner has neglected them, just put them in the hospital. The person can die as a result of that. Also, maybe coming home from the violence and all that. Someone can die due to high BP. Um, we know late Mrs. Osinachi that died recently.
Yeah.
Physical aspect, one of the things that led to her death. So yes, um, entering a bad marriage can actually lead to one's demise. It's very, very, very possible.
Yeah. There was something you said now, and the question just came to my mind. I, do you believe that it's not only the women that actually face domestic violence, and there are men
Yeah,
that their wives actually beat them up?
yes. There are men that their wives actually beat up, but because of society and shame, a man coming out to say his wife beat him, the society is going, everyone's going to laugh.
Yes.
People are going to mock. So most times they may just keep it to themselves and they're just dying inside. And most times women may not even physically just beat and hit. Women are really we're good with words. So
It's crazy. Do you know what? There was something the Bible said, and is see there's something the Bible said. It said it's better to live in a corner of a roof than to live in the house with a quarrelsome woman. You see, I had to remove my glasses to say this thing. To show you how important it was for me. Yeah? And now they can be doing the business, they can be beating them, yeah? They can just be like, but they won't say anything and they'll just lock up, and from locking up, carrying the weight of everything, from depression, high blood pressure, from high blood pressure, it's sad. It's sad. Very, very sad. And not even, like you said, not even beating, even in words that I've seen someone that was telling their husband, you will die. You will, with all seriousness. It did shock me. I'm like, I shock. Well, God will help us. God will help us. God will help us.
Men, I feel like men, even when they are going through hell in their family, they still have that tendency of endurance. You would have asked yourself, why is it that the Bible was specific about using the nagging woman? Are there no nagging men? Maybe you might have something to say there. Because
No,
in my mind, I'm
if
thinking,
there are nagging men or I don't think that there will be much. You know why? Because in quotes, it's not in men's nature to complain that much. You see, people tend to just they just lock up.
exactly, that is
You
why they
understand?
die faster. Because their complaint happens inside their heart. And then as the thing is maturing, it comes to the state of depression. You see a man, time to go back to the house is outside. And before you know it, the man begins. Men have high BP more than women most times. I don't know statistically, but from what I've seen, I think men have more BP. Before you know it, the man dies. And nobody will know why the man died. But the woman will know why the man died because she's part of the problem. So you see, men's deaths. Well, we'll get to the
Get
point.
to the
Yeah,
solutions.
let's
Get to the solution.
just keep going.
Yeah. Now, based on what we just said now, it's more like touched around mental health. Yeah. Now, what else actually causes men to die on time? What else causes men to die with time? Because if you check now, there's a lot of men that drink a lot, that and smoke a lot. I rarely see women that smoke a lot. I don't know. Amanda, you're a medical professional, so can you tell us something like this? Because if you check, you have more. You should have more knowledge in this than me.
Yeah, actually, when it comes to substance abuse, men tend to abuse substances like more. And one, like most of them, because of their jobs, early in the morning, if you've come out, obviously you've come out early in the morning, but you see some men drive smoking or taking some of
Yeah,
these
yeah,
hot clothes like warm up, something like that. Then in school, some schools, you see young boys smoking, but cultists and all of that, see them smoking. So most times, I think men use when let me say men are depressed or going through stuff or they need to do hard work, rather than use let me say, they prefer, should I say, a quick high, something to elevate their mood, and they just go for wrong things like smoking, drinking. That's how most, not all, but most men, that's their coping mechanisms.
yeah.
Smoking, drinking. Even if you go to the hospital, like any psychiatric um, facility, most of the patients, men, apart from other biological causes of ill health and all that, it's men, and most times you see that they began to use substance.
Do you believe that if that one of the things that make them to take some of these things is because of the pressure of being a man?
I'll say yes, yes, most times, and peer group influence. A man is, depressed, feeling low, rather than his, like I said, not everyone, rather than his fellow man to maybe like, go for therapy, come, let's talk it out, and all that. Most times they introduce them to all these substances and
In as much as we are listing the problems, we should be able to list the solutions. So, what are the possible solutions on these matters? I don't know. That's where you can talk to me.
Well, I feel the possible solution to this matter is first of all, men should know how to love themselves. Men do not love themselves from all indications. Because if you love yourself, there are some certain things you would not engage yourself into. For instance, you talked about smoking, alcohol, and it's written clearly on the smoking the packet that
And
said
I liable to die
smokers
young.
are liable to die young. But I found out that some people consume about 8 sticks of smoke, cigarettes in a day,
Yeah.
and then they are consuming their life and making it shorter. You know, if a man learns how to love himself, there are some certain things he wouldn't engage himself into.
Yeah.
Loving yourself will help you when you notice that you're getting depressed, you look for someone to talk to. You don't keep it to yourself. Loving yourself will make you, if you see some risky jobs, instead of getting into it, you say no. It's someone that is alive that will work,
But if everybody avoids risky jobs, then who will do them?
No, no, there are many works to do, but there are some that are very risky. You see, we didn't even talk about armed robbery. I know women rob.
I'm running not a job.
No, no, no. It's also part of why men die faster. Because majority of people who rob are men. If
Yes.
you love yourself, you wouldn't be an armed robber. What if they catch you and shoot you? What if they burn you? Are you getting the point?
Yes.
If you
I've
lo-
seen some cases where they have
yes,
burnt people.
yeah. But those people they are born in, they have girlfriends. Though. I don't know if you're getting. Most of them will have girlfriends at home, probably doing nothing, waiting for the man to go and rob because the man is not wise enough to know that this is not what he should be doing. He will carry gun and go to rob his fellow men. And you see, these men are evil. Men are terrible. You see,
We're coming down.
yeah. You see, if the robbery of man to man is more tougher than that of man to woman, if a man wants to rob his fellow man, I don't know if you've encountered any robbery. They'll slap you, take away, deal with you mercilessly, and they might even probably kill that young man, due to emotional trauma. So I was speaking with a friend who he was coming back from a state to another state. While they were coming back,
Mm.
they robbed him, took away his laptop, his phone, everything he has. They made him to make a transplant. You
Wow.
know, the man was totally empty and naked. He came back, home, and he didn't talk to anyone. Everyone who tried reaching out to him couldn't reach out to him. The reason was because he feels there is no one who could handle his problem. He chose to
Mm.
bear it alone. Before you know it, this man became depressed. Even his family members couldn't reach him. It's through a friend that visited him that.
Yeah.
So, why I'm saying this is that you hardly find men who share their problems, and
Yeah.
most of the reasons why men suffer is because of their fellow men. You can be walking on the street now, you see a man and you see a woman having an issue, and you see a man would rather come to support the. I'm not saying you shouldn't support women, but you see a preferential treatment,
Yeah.
even when you know that this party is wrong or this party is wrong, because of maybe physical structures of the women. You tend to have more attraction, and
Yeah.
by that you now give a kind of judgment
Biased.
that is
Biased
biased,
judgments.
and by so doing you've harmed this young man emotionally.
Yes.
And probably,
I saw a post where they were like, uh, it's like it's an alcohol post. It's my phone is and it's be far away for me to do it stuff. But it's an alcohol post, and in that alcohol post they were like they brought out two pictures, a guy and a lady. They were like both of them were drunk. You understand? But they now said that okay, this person didn't consent. You understand?
mm,
And they now blame the guy for it. You understand?
mm.
My brain was like, wait, so both of them are drunk. Why is it the guy?
It's that is the thing.
Why? Okay, why is it not the other way around? That is the one. It was a very much biased judgment. You understand? And
No, also see another thing. Men should know that the responsibility have been laid upon them. Okay, check when Abraham messed up. Abraham was on his own. Who she was Sarah that was the wife. Sarah said, okay, since we've not given birth, or you take her guy and go into her so she can bring you a child. So when that thing happened, who did God suspend? Abraham for 13 years. So you as a man should know that, see, I am the head. Not that you should come and be crowning as the head, but you should know that hold yourself responsible for many, many things that happen around you. Because at the end of the day, it's you that they will blame. He said, husbands, love your wife. The scripture recognizes that even this wife you are loving might have a fault, but that edge you have as a man and the ability to, handle many things have been bestowed on you that you should love your wife. So loving your wife entails that you love yourself first. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, you wouldn't know how to love your wife. If you don't know how to love yourself, there are some things around you cannot handle.
Men need to, like from the boyhood, you're taught sacrifice, grow up strong, protect your sister, so you protect your mother and all that. But I think at a point, at different points in our lives where we actually, both male and female, there are times I draw back and um, therapy, take care of people. I mean, sorry, pardon me, yourself. Go have a community where you can, pour out your heart. If you're going through struggles, get involved with a community, someone that helps you, and then cut off friends that use cheap coping mechanisms like smoking or taking alcohol and all that. So just being part of community and therapy will actually like go a long way to help.
One question I always have about meeting a therapist is, how will you go to connect emotionally to somebody you don't know? It's something weird. I believe most men even enter what they call relationship because they need somebody they need to connect to emotionally.
yeah,
They will begin to,
more
not
like
because they even
emotional
want to marry.
support.
Sorry?
More like emotional support.
Yeah, more like emotional support. The reason they are doing that is not because they cannot meet somebody randomly on the street and begin to talk to the person.
Yeah.
So they just believe they need to, there should be an emotional connection for them to start talking. So when you meet a therapist who probably will bill you, I know it's not a free service. Is it not compounding to the problem you are having as a young man? You are having.
Somehow, I don't know. I could be wrong, but the idea of therapist, I'm just trying to figure out how will I go and start telling my problems to somebody that
To a stranger.
to a stranger that don't even know much about. You understand? And not just the person itself, even if the person is not listening, the person will just pretend to like, wow.
Okay, what if?
Because they know that I'm going to pay.
Yes. What if I finish complaining to you and I say I'm sorry? In fact, the thing affected me in such a way that I don't even have money in my account. You know.
These therapists are trained, like this is their work. They want to, connect the patients, whoever it will be, make you to talk, walk through your emotions, sort it out. And that's very healthy. Communication is very key, like it's key to, getting through or solving mental related issues. So they are professionals in this field. They do a very so they're going to pay for the service, of course, but believe me, they do.
So they are listening to me so that they can advise you that I'll pay them more.
I believe if the federal government is the one paying them, it would have made the issue.
You know what? I'm not like speaking against her. Yeah. This is sound someone like it's just like yeah, I need emotional or I need help, kind of. Yeah. I think first, I believe this option of therapist for me, I feel like it's when the option of having close friends that you can talk to, or maybe a pastor, a close friend, or someone that you can just like try to offload your bodies to. It's no longer there. Do you understand? Because I don't even know who you are. I don't even know you. And I was going to start like telling you why.
Some problems require trust.
Some things require that. If you go therapy is something, therapist go even shock.
He go shock. I mean, this is what happened. He said, Jesus, my God. I feel it happens. And when you go out, you'll be like, hi, people they go through a lot too. Are you sure it's not going to happen?
Don't be lying.
So they will definitely they know how to, communicate and react in case maybe you tell them like that. So they're professional. They really do their jobs very. So yes, a therapist will come in when you don't have community, when you don't have friends, when you don't have anyone to, rely on. And for those that abuse and all of that, those are very depressed. So yeah, hopefully someone doesn't run out of options.
In Nigeria, do these therapists do they exist? Do you know if they are around in this country called Nigeria?
Yes, we have therapists in Nigeria.
Wow. Seems how did they end? Because I don't think we really know much about them.
They are just like doctors and nurses in the hospital. They have that department.
Wow. It's from you that I had that therapist actually exists. Normally it's in the movies I see that. I just see when I watch the movie or something, maybe the main actor is depressed or something, now go to therapist and they're talking about their problems. And they won't even try to tell their problems because the therapist will be trying to help them, but they will not agree.
Nigerians do not really go for most Nigerians go for therapy. It's only going for therapy and maybe all these wealthy people that are depressed and then people that use substance abuse and all that, or families, couples that are having issues. And most times is 1%, most, middle class and, below. Most Nigerians don't even think of therapy, don't even use therapy, don't even care about it. So that's probably why.
That's a lot. So.
It's really a lot. I think people should have to learn how to meet therapists.
Start using therapists. You know.
Also, another solution I found from as she was talking was that you need to have a circle. The problem many people have is that they don't know who their fans. Let me use fans. They can't differentiate between fans and friends. When you don't know the difference between friends, fans, and acquaintances, you would have a lot of issues. So
Yeah.
when you come to this point where you need somebody to talk to, you will look through your contact list. You see that all these people are your fans. Do you know what fans do? Fans are there to clap for
So
you.
just clap for you.
When
To
they clap
fan
for
you,
you,
to
when you
fan
start
you.
failing, when you start failing, they will still be there to bring you. The Bible says something. The Bible said that Jesus did not give himself to men because he does what he knows what manner of men these people are. He was wise enough. So if you also mistake your acquaintance to be your friend, acquaintance is like, I see you every day. Alpha, good morning. Yeah, what's up? How you did? How was lectures? Acquaintance. And I'll come to confide in you for confidential matters. Tomorrow you might hear it in the radio station. Those people are your acquaintance. But when you know that you have friends, don't call everybody your friend. People are quick to call people their friends. You rather say this is my acquaintance than to say this is my friend.
You know, this thing you just said.
Yeah,
Well, I went to buy something somewhere.
yeah.
One woman came to the shop and was like, they greeted you. Understand? She was not like, uh, she was going to a particular church. Understand? So she was not actually. They just greeted her. I was standing there. As the woman left, the woman that was in that shop said to be like, in the church here, like these people from this church, hey, yeah, yeah. I kept quiet. She was thinking I would join her, but I kept quiet.
She define us.
The way he just greet like this. He just, after greeting her, he just left.
So that people will start collaborating and gossiping.
Hi.
You know.
I was like, hi. Is it?
You see, the moment you learn how to know who to talk to about deep matters, your problem will reduce. But you see, okay, people are hustling for contact list this period. I want to have 1,000 contact. For what? If you're using it for business, that's good. But the biggest problem you have is that when you're depending on these 1,000 contacts, when you have issues like this. So what I support is, amidst, will I say, okay, Jesus had the 70 disciples, right? He had the 12, and he had another ones he used to take to the Mount of Transfiguration. You see the level of relationship. So out of that, your 1,000 fans and friends, can you please pick like 3 persons who are reasonable friends, who you know that you've tested and trusted them, that you can talk to these people about matters about your life, and they will not go and sell it and make some gains with it and trade you aside. So if both genders, if you know how to select your friends, pick them, they should meet some criteria. You cannot meet somebody today, he or she will be your friend, and then you begin to sell. In fact, they will add to your problem. A lot of people are suffering things, not even because of what they are going, but because of the people they call their friends, what they are going through. So learn how to graduate people before they become friends.
Yeah.
So that's another solution.
Word. So, as you're saying this thing now, something came to my mind. So I believe that marrying a good person is actually a solution. Yeah. Because I see people that lack the necessary support, like the main support. There is I usually say that I'm open-minded for people to prove me wrong. You understand? But I believe that the people that say the people behind the idea of my money is my money and my money is, let me not say people, the girls. You understand?
That gender.
No, don't call it
No, it's
that.
a gender.
I mean, they lead the people, because it's not all of them that have that ideology. You understand? But some of the ladies that have that ideology that my money is my money and your money is our money, they are evil.
Wow.
I believe they are evil.
Really?
because it kind of causes an overload on the guy. Understand?
Mm.
Especially if the guy is not is is trying his best and the results are not as he's expecting. Understand? Now somebody that is meant to be there to support him, you understand, is allowing the person to keep suffering. You understand? You are meant to be a help because biblically it's written that I'm making a help meet. You understand? Right? You're meant to support, you're meant to be like a teammate and all of that. But when you now come in and you leave him to die, you understand? In the areas you're supposed to help him, collaborate with him and all of that, you now leave him to just be like struggling and trying to and you will even blame himself if he's not like meeting up and all of that. I it's so it's so sad to see. You get. So I believe that people marrying the right people, understand? People marrying the right people, men marrying the right people, men marrying the right ladies, men marrying the right women will help in all of these things. Because that overburden will be relieved. Yes, and people marrying who they can talk to. You understand? Because if you marry someone that you can actually like have deep conversations with and all of those kind of stuff, and someone you can comfortably talk with, you won't have to go and meet a therapist. You won't have to go and meet a therapist because your therapist is already at home with you.
Exactly.
You get?
Exactly.
The therapist is already at home with you. So my own take is marrying the right people. Like not a weapon fashioned against you, but like marry someone that is more like a blessing to you.
Yes.
But emotionally, just giving the necessary support that you need as the guy.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you can't survive the destruction of the outside world and come home for someone to press your neck on top. No, God forbid. You understand? God forbid.
I saw a post that said, okay, the man was saying that he has not seen a single person who died because he's
Yes,
single.
I saw that post.
But he has seen some people who died because
Very wrong.
they married wrongly. So, one of the ways to add problems to yourself is also exactly what you've said in the opposite form, in the sense that as a young man growing, because of problems and emotional trauma, you are more attached to a lady who is there to satisfy you temporarily because of your emotional downtime, you know. And as a result, you didn't check the necessary things you should have checked before graduating the relationship into what is called marriage. You know, they used to say that marriage is like a secret code. You can't know what is there until you enter there. So when you now graduate yourself with a lady into that marriage, because you did not check the necessary thing, because that time your emotional health was temporarily on a downtime as a result of the situations around, the woman will not deal with you at that point because you can't break out from her. And then you keep quiet because you're a man. You wouldn't like to show your weakness. You will endure. But the day you lay your hand on her, first of all, you be called a stupid man, and that's true because you are not wise.
Everything goes out in public. You'll be the bad
You'll
guy.
be the bad man. And it's not a support for any man to lay hands on the wife. In fact, if you try it, you're a weak
But
man.
then society will tend to believe the woman
More, yeah,
than the guy.
exactly. So, in all, men, you are advised to think beyond your emotions. In fact, this is what I call maturity. It's not even 20 years, 24 years, 30 years. I've seen big babies and I've seen baby man. Sorry. I've seen big babies. You can see a man at 40, but he's thinking like a boy of 22 years because his brain is not growing, it's not maturing. So, but the moment you begin to think beyond your emotion, that is when maturity takes place. I don't know, it's not about six packs, it's not about beers, it's not about pressure. You can have six packs, but there's nothing in your brain packs, you know,
Yeah.
it's as empty as, you know.
That's been very
Right there.
fast.
It just feels a damn fact, you know. So people just it's I pity ladies these days. I need a man with six packs, tall, giant, and that's what you want to eat. When you now graduate it into relationship, he begins to deal with you because emotionally, what should control that six packs is not working. You see, it's very dangerous when you build six packs, but you don't build the regulator. Because that six packs will destroy you. Because the regulator, the maturity, the sense that should be controlling that power that have been built over years because of the press up is not there. So what he will now do is because of his emotional downtime, because of his traumatic life, he will now unleash on you aggression and evil as a lady. Because you were busy checking the structure. You did not check what is controlling the structure. That thing, is he still alive? Because he's dead, he will deal with you. So in as much as we are talking to men to love themselves, also ladies, identify those men who have not loved themselves enough and they are ready to transfer the aggression into you as a result of marriage. Be mindful of them so you don't end your own life. I don't know if the point is clear enough.
The
Yeah.
point is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have to talk about the last point, the
Yeah.
last solution, right?
Yeah.
Amanda, tell us something. Do you have any last solution?
I think we've said it all. Or okay, you guys have said it all. Self love, therapy, good community. Um, then uh, I think people who pass traumas, men should heal, and also men should seek to connect emotionally, not just most times, most guys, like their friends, most of their acquaintances are, due to business, money, and also, like you rightly said, most times men finding women, they're looking at, the physical endowment and everything. They're not having deeper conversations with these women to know if, they are going online and all of that. So I think all of these things should be fixed. If all of these things, are fixed, I think that most of this stuff will, like, calm down. And also men always in a hurry to make money because of pressure, because of ladies, because of family. So don't under pressure, to succeed, to make money and all that. Calm down, do it the right way. So don't get into trouble.
Okay, I have a question as well, Amanda. You're a medical practitioner. I don't know, is there a tendency in man, maybe biologically proven, that men have maybe a hormone or something that makes them love the other gender more than themselves? Because why I ask this question is that I saw a young man, he was pushing a very big tire, probably I think tipper tire. While I was coming back from some, someone was beating him, he was pushing him. Probably he didn't have money to maybe charter keke to put the tire. So I pitied him honestly. I said, Kai, see how this young man is doing this in this hot afternoon. So to my greatest surprise, a lady started passing, appearing like a lady, her trousers and everything. So as she was passing, this young man began to chide the lady on the hot sun, under the hot sun. And I was amazed. I said, is it not this man I am beating? How does he want to? Maybe he has some millions in his account, but from my own mere segmentation of the whole something, I can't see the millions in his account because you can't deny something. It's not showing. I don't know if you get. So he wants to add more problem to the tire because if this lady probably agrees and say, okay, let me follow you home, it's extra expensive. You're hustling for the tire and you'll be hustling for the lead. So is there something that makes men love the other gender? I'm not saying you shouldn't love the other gender. You should love them. But check yourself now, stand first before you pull somebody. So that's the question I feel like I need to add. Maybe there is something.
Um, well, for this question, I think when it comes to love, both genders are actually like guilty of this. Like women, in fact, you even hear like this saying that women love more, and that's why the Bible got Apostle was telling men to love, their wives because women tend to, should I say, love more. But I don't think it's anything other than just the normal hormones there. For a man, it's sort of like a common saying that men are moved by all this. Maybe he saw this lady and then he was attracted and his hormones, moved before his brain and
Almost
made him
before. Almost before.
enter. So I just feel like if we're talking about the love men have for women, most times I'll say men's love for women, the way should I say society have taught men to love women is to, well, not I'm not just going to focus on your question. It's more like sacrificial, as we've been saying. If a man says he loves a woman, he wants to buy her things, spoil her with money, take her around the world, all of that. But for women, like if a woman loves a man, it's more of doing. She wants to, look good. She wants to maybe wash his clothes, give him what assurance that, oh, I love you and all of that. She just wants, it's more of doing. So I think act of service, yes, for women. So I think for men, it's the way society has made it, or just say biology, they want to protect, they want to give her things and all that. Why for women, it's just, acts of service, doing things to make him feel comfortable. So I don't know if this has answered your question.
Wow, you answered the question deeply, deeply. Wow,
So there is something else
thank you.
I also came to understand. I believe it's a problem solution too. I believe it's a problem solution. Men don't usually like asking for help. For some reason, I don't know why, but they just find it difficult to ask for help. Okay, but I believe that there is saying that a problem shared is a problem half solved. You understand? So you want to share something, you have a 50% chance of solving the problem. Yes. So men should just tend to just make it easy on themselves to ask for help. Just humble yourself and ask for help. That, yo, I'm about to die. Help me. That kind of stuff. I need help in this area. I need help in this area. I need help in this area. There is nothing wrong with. Yeah, there is no sign of weakness if you're asking for help. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not wrong for you to ask for help. So if you can just kill that pride, that ego, yeah, and just please, I need help in this area. Please help me. Do you have any solution for it? And if the person has the solution and can help you, person will help you.
Yeah.
Get it. But if you just keep silent and keep quiet and all of that, the problem will still be there.
And again, men don't cry.
No, no.
Men don't cry. If you
Find it difficult to cry.
if
Men
find
cry
it
actually.
difficult.
but-
if you cry, they see you as a weak man.
but
Do you
it's
know
wrong.
crying is very healthy? After crying, you feel good. Sorry.
Even in secret or in presence of a trusted friend, but rather than just bottling, she lets out that tension once in a while.
Wow. It was so bad. I was to cry. When did you cry?
Some months ago.
I
I was
used to-
some months ago.
can't
Like,
even
almost
remember.
months ago. But no, it was like my uncle's burial. I was when I approached me. Like, oh God. This well.
But if you see some ladies, they just develop cry. So I've seen.
Ladies
I have
find it
guys.
so easy to cry.
You can just start crying. No. I'll be like,
Can you just cry for us now?
can you cry for us? Hey,
Yeah, they find it easy to cry.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
they have cry. They develop it.
I think
they
it's
have
just
the-
ladies are more emotional by nature. But personally, um, like, I'm waiting to make me cry. Like I rarely cry to be sincere with you, but it has to be that must have touched like
the deepest part
the
of
best
it.
part of my heart before tears will even start coming out.
And
After
even,
some days, you just go to swell.
yeah, even those days in primary school or probably secondary school, they will be flogging you as a boy. You'll be holding. The thing will be paining you, but if you cry, your fellow boys will. Eh?
So,
Sorry.
like, what actually actually have higher pain threshold than women. So, like our pain threshold is lower. If something, makes us emotional or maybe we hurt ourselves, we have to cry. But you guys can, endure and all that. So that's another thing. You have a higher threshold for pain, endurance, all this stress and all of that. So that's
Wow.
another reason.
Omo.
Well,
But
we have noted that. We have noted that. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video, and please like, subscribe, and see you next time.